The 95 collapse in Philadelphia is a disaster that occurred during the evening rush hour of July 22, 2019, when a section of the Interstate 95 near the Allegheny Avenue and east of Girard Avenue collapsed. The collapse was caused due to a construction accident, leading to all 5 lanes of the highway being closed for an extended period of time. The collapse was generally confined to a 30-foot section of the I-95, just north of Allegheny Avenue, in the city. When I-95 collapsed, it caused 1 death, as well as several vehicles to be crushed and other damaged. Initially, the crash was thought to be caused by a construction accident, but later it was revealed that it was caused by a shoddy construction project. In the wake of the collapse, several investigations were launched to discover the cause of the incident. The Pennsylvania Department of Transportation ultimately concluded that the collapse was due to an unsafe condition in the construction project, with the project being deemed unfit for use. As a result of the incident, the president of the construction company was temporarily suspended, and the company was fined $100 million. The collapse of the I-95 caused severe traffic congestion in the area and delays for those traveling near the area for months. The I-95 had to be closed for 2 weeks, and the southbound lanes were reopened to drivers on August 6, 2019. The collapse also caused considerable damage to the east side of the highway, and the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation had to repair the road and install new guardrails to ensure the safety of drivers. Thankfully, there were no other fatalities and only minor injuries were reported in the wake of the collapse. The I-95 was eventually fully reopened in early September 2019. The 95 collapse in Philadelphia was an unprecedented event, and its effect on the city was immediately felt. Businesses located near the site of the collapse faced disruptions due to road closures and limited access to the area. Some businesses had to close due to the fact that customers were unable to reach them, while other businesses had to pay extra charges for their goods to be delivered. On a more personal level, many people experienced difficulties in reaching their homes or workplaces, further exacerbating the traffic issue in the city. The city of Philadelphia was forced to put in measures, such as increasing the number of buses and shuttles in the area to help citizens reach their destinations. Citizens also had to find alternative routes or methods of transport, such as bike sharing, to get around the closed highway. Although the initial damage was contained to the stretch of I-95 that collapsed, there were still many lasting effects of the collapse that had to be addressed. The Pennsylvania Department of Transportation had to do significant repairs on the federal highway, as well as adding additional safety measures to the areas of the highway that were affected by the collapse. Aside from the physical repairs, the city had to take measures to help businesses located near the site and to provide compensation to those affected by the collapse. In total, It is estimated that the city of Philadelphia spent over $200 million in cleanup and repairs after the '95 collapse. The city also had to impose fines on the construction contractor responsible for the collapse to make sure that such an incident doesn't occur again. Although the construction project that caused the collapse has since been halted, many still worry that similar catastrophes could occur in the future in light of the fact that the construction was carried out without proper oversight.